Hi Year 5, this is a quick recap on how to do multiplication. We're going to focus on short multiplication first before moving on to long multiplication. So short multiplication is when you're multiplying a number by one digit. So let's start. Our first multiplication, we have to start with our ones column. So that'll be 7 times by 3. So that is 21. A 1 is in the ones column, so I'll put the 1 in the ones column and then carry over the 2. Our next multiplication we need to do is 4 times 3. Four times 3 is 12. Now we can't forget to add the number 2 that is in our column. So 12 add 2 is 14. Put our 4 in that column, carry over the 1. And then finally, we do 2 times by 3. Which, giving away the answer there. 2 times 3, which equals 6. Add the 1 that's been carried over, which makes it a 7. So that's how you do short multiplication. Super straightforward as long as you know your times tables. Okay, Year 5, so now you know how to use the short multiplication method. It's really easy to transfer that understanding to long multiplication. Now remember how much I kept nagging. The first step with long multiplication is to put your place value 0 in your ones column, but remember to miss out that gap. So that's what you need to remember to do first. Then we just go through it like it was short multiplication. Cross out the 2, pretend it's not there. We don't need to worry about it yet. So first of all we need to do 7 times by 4. Which is 28. Put your 8 in your ones column, carry over 2 like we just talked about with short multiplication. Now we need to do 3 times by 4, which is 12. Add the 2 that you carried over, which makes it 14. Then you need to do 2 times 4, which equals 8. Add the 1 you carried over, which makes it 9. So now you've completely finished with number 4. So we can cross that one out, get rid of it, rub it out if you need to. And we're bringing back our 2 in our tens column. Now we're multiplying all of our numbers by 2. So I'm going to ignore these, get rid of them. So, first multiplication, 7 times by 2. Which equals 14, which I start to write in my first available column. So 4, carry over your 1. Next multiplication, 3 times 2, which equals 6. Add your carry over 1, which makes 7. And then finally, 2 times 2. Nice and easy. 4. There you go. That's the first half of long multiplication done. What you need to remember to do now is to add these two numbers together using simple column addition. 8 add 0 is 8. 4 add 4 is 8. 9 add 7 is 16. 4 add 1 is 5. So our answer would be 5,688. We're going to run through some more examples now that you can go through at home. So your next example to work through is 318 times by 13. Give that a go at home and we'll talk through that in a moment. Okay, so now you've worked through this on your own, let's talk through it. So the first thing you needed to remember was to put your place value 0. We're not looking at this one yet, so we're going to cross it out. 8 times by 3 is 24. So put your 4 in, carry over your 2. Next we need to do 1 times by 3, which equals 3. Add your carry over 2, which makes 5. And then 3 times 3, which equals 9. We've now completely finished with number 3, so we'll come up that one out and bring our 1 back into it. 8 times by 1 is 8. Write that in our first available column. 1 times 1, really straightforward, is obviously 1. And then 3 times 1 is 3. Now we've done our multiplications, we need to add the two numbers together. So 4 add 0 is 4. 5 add 8 is 13, so write your 3 carry over your 1. 9 add 1 is 10, add the 1 at the bottom is 11. And 3 add 1 is 4. So your answer should have been